Hello friends, it's Miss Millar with another craft for you guys today for this summer. We all love having stress balls, but sometimes we can't get them, especially during times when we have to spend some more time at home. So I thought we would make our own stress ball. So what you will need for this is a balloon, some cornstarch, and cornstarch comes in different packages. It doesn't matter. Sometimes it comes in a box. Sometimes it comes in a jar like this. I like it when it's in a jar because I tend to make a mess with it when it's in a box. Some water, a scoop for your cornstarch, and a funnel. Now, a lot of us might have funnels in our house like this, but I want you to notice this has a pretty little hole. And for this project, we're going to be getting the cornstarch right through the hole. So this hole here in this one might be a little bit too small. So what I like to use is something like the top of a bottle. Now, what I used is the top off of a soda bottle. I just cut it off. If you do use a soda bottle like this, please make sure that you have an adult help you with it. It was a little bit tough to cut, even for me as an adult who likes to do crafts all the time. So make sure that you have somebody help you with that. You're also going to need something long and pointy. So what I use is a chopstick that I happen to have, but it doesn't have to be a chopstick. These are all things that you could hopefully find around the house or get in your grocery store trip. You could also use scissors if you've got some long scissors that are long and pointy, a straw, a pencil, the back of a paintbrush, all kinds of different things can be long and pointy for this. So I'm going to get rid of my lid. I did make sure that I washed this soda bottle out because I don't want the stickiness to get stuck on my cornstarch. And I have my balloon here. I'm going to stretch it just a tiny little bit. And I'm also going to blow it up just a little bit to make sure there are no holes. If you've got a balloon with a hole in it, that's not going to work for this project. Oh, looks good. So what a fun smiley face on that balloon. All right. So I'm going to move this down just a little bit so you can see a little bit better what I'm doing. I'm going to take that balloon. This is a little bit hard, but I think you can do it. And I'm going to get my fingers in there and stretch it over the edge of the bottle like that. Oh, I might have put it a little too much over the bottle. Maybe just on the edge would be better because I will need to take it off later. Okay, so I've got it stretched over my bottle. Look at this. I had to go buy a new thing of cornstarch because I use it for crafts a lot at camp and stuff like that. And so I'm always using it all up. Your mom or dad might have cornstarch at home. Oh, now I got cornstarch on my computer. Your mom or dad might have cornstarch at home. I'm going to do this over here and maybe get a little less on the computer. For cooking, this is something you would use if you were making gravy. And again, I like doing my projects outside because it does get a little messy, but it's just a little dusty. Okay, so now I've got my funnel attached to my balloon, and I'm going to use my scoop, and I'm going to put some cornstarch right there in that funnel. And I'm going to wiggle it. Woo! If you squeeze it too much, it pops up. Again, that's why we do these projects outside. Okay, you can gently take your long pointy thing, your pencil or your chopstick or whatever. If it's pointy, be very careful that you don't poke the balloon, because if you poke the balloon, you could be in trouble. Then it won't hold. Then you're going to pour a little water in. If you've ever made oobleck, basically what we're doing is making some oobleck inside the balloon. So you can feel that. Kind of squeeze it and squish it. Oh, that's starting to feel good. Okay, now that first scoop was good and it's doing a good job, but it is definitely not full enough yet. So I'm going to put another scoop in. Oh, and I just got some of my craft pieces from my last craft. Got a little bit of tissue paper stuck in there. And again, I'm going to use my chopstick or pencil or whatever to just kind of push that in. But be careful that you don't push it too far down. Remember, you can kind of pull it down a little bit. Okay. I'm going to put a little bit of water in there and just kind of get it in there so that it fills up that balloon. Sometimes it helps to make a little bit of an air spot so that any extra air that's inside can come out of the balloon. Sometimes it gets stuck. All right. Ooh, get a little more water down in there. There we go. You just kind of have to wiggle it a little bit. All right. I think I want to put just a tiny bit more. I'm going to try to get all the air out. Just a tiny bit more in. I don't want it to be too full, but I don't want it to be too empty either. So I'm not going to even use a full scoop. Just going to put a little bit more in there. I am going to take this piece of tissue paper out. I'm going to pop that in there. Just kind of wiggle it in. Might even use the other end of my chopstick here to push it down a little bit more. All right, and a little bit more water. And we are pretty good. Oh, I think I need to use the pointed end to make a little air hole. Get that air to come out. It's already feeling on the top like oobleck up top. Stretch it a little bit, see if I can get some more to go down in. Oh yeah, that worked. It's going down very nicely when I do that. Okay. All right, so we're just about filled up. I do still have a little on the top, and that's not a big deal. I'll be able to just dump that. And since I'm outside, I can just dump it on the ground. This is not something that would be a problem. It's not littering to dump a little bit of cornstarch. It's just a little bit of dust. All right. All right, so I'm going to pinch my top off. Give it a little twist, and now I got more on my computer. Oh my goodness. And I'm going to hold this over here so that, there we go. All right. So now I've got my balloon, and it is time to tie off the top. If that's something that's tough for you, you could ask an adult in your house to help you tie that off, or an older brother and sister. All right, so now I've got, oh, that feels great. Oh, I've got my squeeze stress ball. That feels fabulous. I really like that. All right, so as we know, a lot of times things like stress balls do spring leaks. And I just want to remind you that the ingredients we used were just cornstarch and water. That makes a mixture. And when you have a mixture, you can undo the mixture. Okay, so that's a scientific thing. If you have a mixture like this, you can undo the mixture. So if this should finally spring a leak after you've used it to squeeze a lot and a little bit of that mixture comes out, give it a little bit of time. Let the water in the mixture evaporate and go back up into the sky. And I just realized I have some cornstarch on my nose. Oh my goodness, that was so silly. So you can just let that water evaporate, and what you're left with is the same kind of dust, the same cornstarch powder that is all over me that brushes off really easily, or you can get a vacuum and vacuum that up really easily. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you have a good time. If you get a pack of balloons and a big thing of cornstarch, you can make these all summer so that anytime one does spring a leak, you can make a new one. I hope you have a great summer. I'm going to go and clean up my computer now since I got cornstarch and water on it. It shouldn't be too big of a problem. The water's more of a problem than the cornstarch is, but it probably isn't good for the computer. So I'm going to go work on that now. Hope you have a great summer, and I'll see you guys soon.